Look, I haven't been to an event since March, and a lot of time, effort, and pinpricks of my own blood went into this outfit. So, I'm using this as an excuse to wear it. Okay? Okay.
So, reboots. Why do they exist? Why redo something that's already been done so well the first time that people consider that the archetypal version of that story? Hey? Disney? Can you answer that for me? And reboots have the tendency to not even be necessarily interesting enough to really talk about, and are then quickly forgotten.
Not 2016 Ghostbusters. Oh, no. It will not go into that sweet night.
It created a huge controversy when it was released, to such an extent that people are still talking about it to this day. And with the sequel coming out next year, let's face the obvious elephant in the room.
I truly believe that men are just as capable of being Ghostbusters, and I'm sure that Mr. Phoebe Nobles will be just as good as the ladies who came before him. Probably. I mean, really, nobody's more suitable to be a Ghostbuster than anybody else, because ghostbusting isn't a real job and therefore not suited to any particular gender. But for now, we are going to go through 5 things that Ghostbusters 2016 got right.
The weaponry. So I check out the trailer and my first reaction was...
meh.
It looked like it was just going to be another bland reboot, and I didn't really care. Later, whilst at work, we got to talking about movies, you know, rather than doing our work, and we started talking about Ghostbusters, and I mentioned I'd seen the trailer. A friend asked about it, so I just described it, since my opinion was still...
meh.
And as I was going, I realised I was getting kind of excited about it, and what was I getting so giddy about?
The arsenal, baby!
Getting to see the proton packs back in action, Melissa McCarthy using bomb zappers to punch out a ghost. A ghost bear trap.
I'm a grown-up. I am.
It doesn't add to the narrative or the characterisation.
And I don't care. I just like them.
Ghost design. Something from the trailer that did stick out for me were the creative choices for the ghosts. Combining practical and computer-generated effects, I found some of it really impressive. Some designs take inspiration from history, like the balloon ghosts are based on actual floats from the 20s and 30s. And the 30s are a great source of creepy stuff. Why are you so creepy, 30s? Oh yeah. My obvious favourite is Gertrude Aldrich. I love how ethereal and non-threatening she is. At first. You could compare to the library ghost from the 80s film, but even the library ghost was still quite scary.
When she told you to shush, you shush.
Plus, it's so great to see Slimer just living his best afterlife.
Well, that thing's having the time of its life.
The 4th one. Ernie Hudson's character had a much bigger part in an original draft, and it's such a shame that it was cut down because it sort of relegates him to just being the 4th one. Not that he seems that bothered by this, having a huge love for the fan base, and hey, he can pretty much live off the convention circuit for the rest of his life.
I mean, hey, you know, even today, if he offered, I'd take it.
But Patty is expanded to be more than the 4th one. One of the accusations thrown about was that she was just a yelling, aggressive black woman stereotype.
But context is key, isn't it? So, where in the movie is she screaming?
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar! Get in the box, you hell yeah! He's gonna be the third scariest thing on that train.
When she's face to face with ghosts, demons, and possessions.
Yeah, I'd be screaming and running as well. Probably wetting myself too.
She just found out there is life after death, and it wants to kill her. The rest of the time, she's genial, friendly, productive, and can we talk about loyal? She will fight ghosts even if there isn't a steady paycheck.
Patty is ride or die.
Plus, she is so caring for the rest of the group.
I told you to have that sandwich, man. Low blood sugar is serious.
Friends don't let friends get hangry. Holtzman. I heard some folks say they didn't like the 2016 film because they didn't like the characters. And that's fair, that's a subjective opinion. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. But one of those characters was Holtzman.
Didn't your mother ever tell you not to lie?
Holtzman. The character who launched 1,000 girl crushes. She's quirky and different, and not like the other Ghostbusters. But seriously, if anything, it's good that she's busting ghosts, cause I do not want to see what she'd do in a job that doesn't involve already dead people.
I can think of 7 good uses of a cadaver today.
No, Dr. Frankenstein. We gotta turn in the body if there's one in there.
Alright.
Then, of course, there was the scene.
Let's go.
Poor old Ant-Man. If it wasn't bad enough he had to follow the original 4, now you have to add Holtzman to the pile. He's got some very big boots to fill.
Fortunately, he plays another character from a different franchise who can grow really, really big. References.
Bustin'. It's supposed to feel good. As the great philosopher Ray Parker Jr. said, "Ow, let me tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good."
A creed to live by. Well, for you to live by.
It's been 30 years since the good Ghostbusters movie, and this reboot introduced the newest generation to the franchise.
Whether we want to admit it or not, we're not kids anymore.
Yep, this is gonna sound really pretentious, but I remember being a kid in the 1800s and running around hauling the vacuum cleaner behind me, pretending to bust another ghost. Ghostbusters aren't superheroes. To be one, you gotta work with your team and always be curious. And that kind of circles back to Patty, actually. She used her spare time to read and learn about history, and that gave her knowledge that the others didn't have. That's what made her a good Ghostbuster. Her curiosity. The 2016 movie reminded me why I loved it so much. I could end it on a stupid joke to undermine my last bit, but I'm just gonna say, Happy Halloween, be safe, and take care.
You don't want to end up on the wrong end of a proton gun. Like me.